Law enforcement fights crime in our neighborhoods. The eyes and ears of the community can prove vital in these efforts. Stay vigilant, your tip could crack the next case. This is a KLFY Plus exclusive, Acadiana Crimestoppers.
Welcome to this week's edition of Acadiana Crimestoppers, a show which partners law enforcement and community to help solve and prevent crime on our streets. In this episode, we will cover the crime of the week, parish by parish. We will also talk Lafayette Parish's Most Wanted with Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas. And we'll have a discussion with Stacy Onsolette, the Rayne City Marshal, to find out how his office is tackling crime in Rayne. Today we begin in Acadia Parish, where two people were captured on surveillance camera trying to get into a home. Here's Sheriff K.P. Gibson with the crime of the week.
The Crowley Police Department is investigating an attempted unauthorized entry into a residence that occurred in the 600 block of Northeastern Avenue. This incident occurred on July 23, 2025 at approximately 10:50 a.m. A male and female were captured on video surveillance attempting to make entry into a residence. Both are light-complected with black hair. The male is wearing a light-colored long-sleeve shirt with blue jeans. The female is wearing a black shirt, blue shorts, white Crocs, and eyeglasses. If you're able to identify either of these individuals, you're urged to call the tips line at 789-TIPS or download our P3 app to report your tip anonymously. All calls will remain anonymous and can receive up to a $1,000 cash reward for information leading to an arrest in this case. Be the difference. For Crimestoppers of Acadia Parish, I'm Sheriff K.P. Gibson.
If you have any information on this crime, call Crimestoppers at 789-TIPS. You could earn up to a $1,000 cash reward.
St. Landry Sheriff's officials are partnering with Louisiana State Probation and Parole as they search for 3 wanted fugitives. Here's more on who they're looking for in our Crime Stoppers report.
You're watching St. Landry Crimestoppers.
Agent Brandon Allen of the Louisiana State Probation and Parole returns to Crimestoppers and needs your help in locating 3 wanted fugitives on parole and probation warrants.
Daniel Stephen Tate is a 52-year-old black male who is 5 feet 6 inches and weighs 155 pounds. He has a parole warrant for armed robbery. His last known address is on Emile Street in Opelousas. Anthony James Ventress is a 46-year-old black male that is 5 feet 10 inches and weighs 220 pounds. He has a probation warrant for aggravated second-degree battery. His last known address is on Thomas Street in Opelousas. Curtis Javion Malik Lazar is a 23-year-old black male that is 6 feet tall and weighs 250 pounds. He has a probation warrant for 2 counts of aggravated flight criminal officer, possession of Schedule 1 CDS, and possession of Schedule 4 CDS. His last known address is on Pavey Road in Opelousas.
Anyone with information on this or any other crime is asked to call St. Landry Crimestoppers at 337-948-TIPS or tip at www.stlandrycrimestoppers.com. Remember to download our P3 app and tap the app to say it here and submit your anonymous tips. On behalf of the St. Landry Crimestoppers Board, Agent Brandon Allen with the Louisiana State Probation and Parole, the St. Landry Parish Sheriff's Office, and Sheriff Bobby J. Guitros, thank you and have a blessed day.
If you have any information on this crime, call Crimestoppers at 948-TIPS. You could earn up to a $2,500 cash reward.
Authorities in St. Landry Parish are asking you to be on the lookout for this stolen four-wheeler. The 2022 Honda Foreman lime green in color has a red wine-colored brush guard with a top-mount radiator. The ATV has a snorkel in front of the handlebars with large black aftermarket tires and rims and stickers on the front fender. It was stolen Sunday night with the key inside of it from the address of 2401 Highway 741 in Port Barre. Anyone with information on this or any other crime is urged to call 948-TIPS. In St. Martin Parish, investigators are asking for your help solving a December 2019 homicide in Lake Martin. Sheriff Beckett Bro has the crime of the week.
Hello, St. Martin Parish. Investigators with the St. Martin Parish Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's assistance in reference to a December 2019 unsolved homicide. On the morning of December 13, 2019, deputies with the St. Martin Parish Sheriff's Office responded to a report of a body of an unknown black female that was located off of Rookery Road in Lake Morton within Breaux Bridge, Louisiana. She was later identified as Latricia Jobert, 26 years of age, of Lafayette. Following further investigation, St. Martin Parish Sheriff's Office investigators were able to determine that she was the victim of a blunt trauma. Anyone with information regarding this homicide is asked to report it to St. Martin Crimestoppers by calling 337-441-33 or by the P3 Tips app. Of course, anyone who has information will remain anonymous, and your tip, Lisa arrest, will be eligible for award. Look, St. Martin, we have unsolved homicides, and it's sitting on our desks, and the families are not sleeping. We're asking for your help. Put the families, give them peace. Put the victim to rest. Give us information. Like I said, your information is anonymous, and working together, we can make a difference. A difference making St. Martin Parish a safer place to raise your kids and raise our families. God bless.
Opelousas police need your help as they continue to investigate a suspicious death. Officers responded to a call last Monday regarding an unresponsive person in the 1200 block of Newman Street. Police say the death is being investigated as suspicious due to the circumstances surrounding the incident. If you have any information regarding this death, contact the Opelousas Police Department or St. Landry Crimestoppers at 948-TIPS. All callers will remain anonymous. Authorities in Lafayette are looking for some fugitives wanted for OWI, domestic violence, among other offenses. That's why we've invited Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas once again to join us. So how it's been going, man?
It's been going great. Working hard, just getting people on warrants, doing our job.
You're getting into the school year, right? It's been busier. I'm sure
Back
everything
to
picks
school,
up. Yeah.
yes. We have a big SRO program where we do a lot of security for different schools. So it's been really busy right now.
All right, so with that being said, let's get into our weekly Lafayette's Most Wanted. So this is Jonette Lynn Riley, OWI Second Defense. First OWI was in Wilkinson County, Mississippi, and the second OWI is in Lafayette. And we were just talking about this. You have way too many second OWI offenses in Lafayette Parish that you're targeting.
Yes, that's one of the reasons why I love this show so much, because second OWI, we want these people off the roadway, and the first time is bad enough, but the second time, we want to do something about it. So that's why I bring second OWIs to this show, because it's working. We're getting people off the roadway.
And it's dangerous as well. People are driving while intoxicated, and it puts everybody on the road at risk. We say that all the time.
Yes, and I always talk about, somebody that's been involved in a serious accident, and 90% of the time is somebody driving drunk. Imagine this the second time we actually apprehended somebody driving drunk. She has not shown up for court, and we're looking for her. So if anybody know who she is, contact the marshal's office.
Okay, let's go into our second person here. Freddie Cardenius Lazama, OWI Second Defense, first OWI in Jefferson Parish. The second OWI was in Lafayette. So here we go again, another second OWI.
And as you can see, the first was in Jefferson Parish. That tells me that that person does live in Louisiana. So somebody watching this show knows who this person is. If you know who he is, contact my office. And again, second OWI, very serious. That's why I'm here. That's why we're looking for that person, to get that person off this road.
And I know you want to make streets safer.
That's it. That's one of the things, that's the reason why I'm here. This show works. People from Acadiana, they see a person on here, and we're getting calls and we're getting contact. A lot of times we talk about if you see somebody to contact us, people are contacting us. So I want to continue that.
I'm glad we have a small part in helping to make our streets safer and making your job easier, Marshal. Dontavius Thomas, OWI Second Defense. No info on the first OWI, but it was his second defense. And the second OWI was in Lafayette. So a lot of driving while intoxicated, and it just makes our streets not safe, and that's why you're targeting it.
And he has been charged with the second OWI. He did not come to court. And when I say they didn't come to court, it's not like one subpoena, it's several times. And they know why they're coming to court. You're coming to court to be sentenced. It's several things that the court system does, and it brings somebody in front of the judge, and then the judge might reset it, something like that, or might say, hey, if you don't pay this fine, what's gonna happen is you come back in front of me and you're gonna do jail time. Well, in this particular case, he did not come back to court.
Yeah, so if they don't come to court, they are considered a fugitive from the law.
They are a fugitive. Yes, they are.
Okay, our fourth and last person, April Ann Fisher, a domestic abuse battery. So she originally aired in our Most Wanted segment on July 3rd, Marshall, and she's back on it again because she didn't appear, so she must really love our show.
She was, I can tell you this, once we put her on the show, and I tell you this all the time when we talk about domestic violence people live right in your community, right next door. So when people see this, they say, well, hey, I saw her yesterday. Well, we're trying to locate her. In this show, last time we did this show, the very next day we have gotten calls about her, and we picked her up. Wow. She was arrested, and she was booked into jail. And she had a court date, did not show up for the court date. So this is the second time she did not show up for the court date. So I would say, if you know her, contact our agency and let the marshals know a second time. And this time, again, she will be arrested again. She will be booked into the jail system. You know, when we say come to court, we mean come to court. So she is a fugitive at this time.
April, don't let there be a third time.
I hope it is not.
So just tell me about, you can remain anonymous, right, when you make these calls and you give these tips.
And that's the biggest thing. I think people see somebody, especially second OWI, and it really catches people's attention. And you can pick up the phone, you can contact us, and we don't ask you any questions. You know, and once you tell us the location, or you tell us, you know, where this person at, then we go and pick the person up. I always say, you know, a lot of people get themselves in trouble, and I would say contact us or come turn yourself in. That way, you know, you won't be on the show. You don't have to worry about anything. But contact the Marshal's office at 337-291-8725.
Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas, again, thank you for coming in and giving us your time each and every week on Acadiana Crimestoppers.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back.
This is a KLFY Plus exclusive, Acadiana Crimestoppers.
Ville Platte police are looking for an escaped inmate, and officers need your help capturing him. Police say Braylon Johnson escaped from the Ville Platte City Jail at 10:51 a.m. Sunday, August 10th. He was originally arrested July 29th for domestic abuse, aggravated battery, and child endangerment. Johnson also had a bench warrant for St. Landry Parish. Police describe Johnson as a 25-year-old man standing 5'8" with tattoos covering his upper body, face, neck, arms, and stomach. If you see Johnson, call 911 or Ville Platte Police. Authorities in Iberia Parish also need your help. New Iberia police are looking for a suspect wanted in connection with a deadly shooting July 2024 on Field Street. The wanted suspect is considered armed and dangerous. Here's more in the Crime of the Week.
This segment of Iberia Crimestoppers is brought to you by the New Iberia Police Department.
The New Iberia Police Department is requesting the public's assistance in locating 30-year-old Derek Devontae Mouton, who was wanted in connection with a fatal shooting. Just after 2:30 p.m. on July 26, 2024, officers responded to a shooting in the 1000 block of Field Street. The incident claimed the life of 29-year-old Jakari Gregoire. Detectives identified Mouton as the person responsible, and arrest warrants were issued on July 27, 2024 for multiple charges, including second-degree murder. Mouton has been evading capture since the warrants were issued. He's approximately 5'11" tall and weighs around 160 pounds. Mouton is considered armed and dangerous and should not be approached. If you have any information regarding Mouton's whereabouts, you can anonymously report it to Iberia Crimestoppers by calling 337-364-TIPS, online at www.p3tips.com, or by downloading the P3 app on your smart device. Information received leading to Mouton's apprehension may be eligible for a cash reward. On behalf of Iberia Crime Stoppers, I'm Captain Leland Lassiter.
The Church Point Police Department is looking for a man wanted for battery. 52-year-old Edward Boast is wanted for a simple battery in connection with an incident that happened on August 4th. Anyone with information on Boast's whereabouts is asked to contact the Church Point Police Department.
This is a KLFY Plus exclusive, Acadiana Crimestoppers.
Welcome back to Acadiana Crimestoppers. Joining us today is Rayne City Marshal Stacy Onselette. I'm really appreciative of your time.
Oh, I appreciate you having me out here.
Yeah, this is the first time I believe you've been a guest on Acadiana Crimestoppers, right?
Yep. I never did the Crime Stoppers, but I cooked for y'all a bunch of times for the Frog Festival. Y'all come eat plenty of frogs with us.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. I saw you at the Frog Festival. Y'all had a good turnout this year, and y'all had some celebrities there, some TikTok celebrities, huh?
Had a few. And it's a big thing that comes to Rayne. Helps the chamber, helps the city. I mean, we got all the different, we got like non-calves, and we got non-calves if Richard's a little close. We got Chef Frogs, we got Crawfish Hut. It brings a lot of people to come to town that have never been to Rayne, and they enjoy Rayne and everything else. And it's good, clean fun and everything else. And that's how we like it around there. I like no trouble.
Really good.
Don't like no trouble around town.
Yeah, non-calves have some good food.
Yep,
so
very good.
Free advertisement for them.
You got to try Crawfish Hut too.
Crawfish Hut.
Yep.
Okay, I'll have to try that. So tell me a little bit about what's going on at the Marshal's office in the city of Rayne.
We had that SAFE program got started on interstate, which it also gives the off-duty Rayne officers that work in the state for traffic. They assist the state police, and also they're writing tickets and everything else to slow people down, which the wrecks kind of slow down between Crowley and Dusson. We don't have as many when they got the presence of the officers all the time on it. You see them black Tahoes on the interstate? It'll slow down.
Yeah, I remember just from being around the area, being from Acadia Parish, that's always been a troublesome area of the interstate.
I live right on there, right by the 91-mile marker, and I see it. I-10 goes right through our farm.
And you said that there have been improvements in that regard. There hasn't been as many crashes on I-10.
In that area. It used to have right by my residence. It was all the time a wreck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like right now when I was coming over here, eastbound, when I got to the Ambassador Cabaret, it was all stopped.
Well, that's awesome. People just need to slow down.
They want to get home at night.
Yeah.
It's safer. You slow down.
Exactly.
And we're a small town, small courthouse. We have 4 ladies that's there with us, and we have a judge and myself, and I have a guy part-time that he mostly helps me work court on Mondays. Mostly that's his duty, is to help me work court, because we get kind of crazy sometimes in court. Not ugly people, but just probation paroles here. People miss probation and this and that. They didn't pay their money, do whatever the Tiffany Powers asked them to do. The judge, we call it going lay them down for a little while.
Yeah.
So they go to jail, this and that. So it's helps me in court. I did it for 5 years by myself, and I'm trying to watch the door. People come in, they get mad. I have to leave court, they might get back, come back in. Knock on wood there. The good Lord keeps an eye out. We never had nothing like that. Yeah. And then on Tuesdays when we do lockouts, which is our eviction day, we get people out of the residence that's late on their rent. We do that. And then we try to do warrants to people that miss court and this and that. We try to give them an opportunity to come back and get a new court date, We try to give people a chance.
Yeah, and that's something that we're going to talk about next. We have a couple of graphics coming up here of some of the people you guys are looking for.
Right.
So let's highlight their names. Victor Joseph III, he driving under suspension,
right,
and driving in the wrong lane of traffic, and second OWI. So it's all traffic-related incidents. So you guys are looking for him.
Yep. And he just needs to contact city court, or come by and get his business straight,
Yep.
Instead of always looking over his shoulder.
Exactly.
They're willing to work with people, and come pay your fines and be done with it, or just keep looking over your shoulder. Because sooner or later, you're going to look over their shoulder. You're going to see me.
You'll be standing there.
I'm going to be standing right there.
I love it. So we have multiple people. We have 4, actually, we're going to highlight.
Yeah.
Ms. Thomas, failure to appear for For court to show calls hearing? Explain that to me. So she didn't show for court?
She didn't show up for court. Also, she has a parole violation with Miss Tiffany Powles.
Okay.
You know, Miss Tiffany asked me to air her. You know, through city court. Also, it's a probation violation. So she hadn't been contacting a probation officer, and Miss Tiffany Powles and paying her monthly fees, and she hadn't appeared in court. So, kind of dug herself a little hole there.
She's a fugitive now.
Yes,
So
she
here's
is.
our third person, Michelle LeBlanc. Theft, attempted theft, possession of drug paraphernalia, and trespassing.
Yeah, the trespassing, this and that. I recently evicted her and her boyfriend, Dante Williams. Just recently evicted them there, and it's easy for them just to come to court and handle your business.
Yeah.
I mean, they're willing to work with people. You know, we don't want to lock everybody up. Times are hard these days.
Yeah.
People don't have that money just throwing around and running around. Just come in, we'll work with you.
Exactly.
You know, but you have to come.
Yeah, and
We have to chase you and do this.
And then the charges pile up
Yes,
as the
sir.
chase goes on.
Yes.
So just come in and face the initial consequences.
Yeah, just
and
come.
it'll
I
be
mean,
over.
we're willing to work with people.
Yep.
You know, we're not bad. We're humans just like y'all. We put our pants on just like everybody else. But you have to come in and see about your business. Because you can run for so long.
Exactly.
And I'll show up.
Here's our last person, Joseph Ami, a failure to appear for a contempt hearing. So like you just said, not showing up to court.
Correct. And his bond's $8,000.
Wow.
You know, they need to come in.
So if anyone out there recognizes these four individuals, what do they do? How do they get in contact with your office?
Okay, they can call Rain City Court at area code 337-334-9677, extension 3. They go straight to one of the ladies. Or they can call me, dial extension 4, that's my number. That's directly to my cell phone. Or if they see the person, whatever, they can call the Rain Police Department at area code 337-334-4215 and report where they see the person.
Okay.
You know, to see where the person's hanging out at or whatever, you know. The Rain's not a big place, but they got a lot of nooks and crannies.
But you'll find them.
We'll find them.
Rain City Marshal Stacy Onslett, thank you so much for your time.
I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
Yep. We'll be right back.
This is a KLFY Plus exclusive, Acadiana Crimestoppers.
Welcome back. Our partnership with law enforcement continues next week. Join us as we show you more wanted fugitives throughout Acadiana. Lafayette City Marshal Reggie Thomas will be with us once again. We'll see what other suspects he is looking for. Also, a one-on-one conversation with Peggy Bork with State Police. She'll explain her agency's role in putting suspected child predators behind bars. We appreciate you tuning in to Acadiana Crimestoppers exclusively on KLFY+. We will be back next week detailing the latest crimes to be solved and perps to be brought to justice.